Even as we are speaking now, there are still some people who are under different guises traveling outside. So the brain drain is a big problem, not just in the educational sector, particularly in the health sector. It's affecting us a lot. The greatest professionals in medicine in United States of America, from what I read, some people say we have almost 22,000 health workers in United States of America who are Nigerians, and they are doing extremely well. I've seen that from different reports. And as of today, the country is rather losing the expertise. If they acquired those expertise and returned to Nigeria, it would have been better. But I think also the conditions of service are quite responsible. But I believe people should um, place love for their country above financial gains. And that is why many of us chose to remain here. So I commend you for this. We will go straight into your prayers and hope that this will reduce. Like he said, like Senator Shiru said, it's a two-faced thing. It has its own advantages, it has its own disadvantages. But in the educational sector, the disadvantages are too numerous because some of the departments do not have even up to 50% staff strength. So what then are you teaching our children? It's like computer, garbage in and garbage out. So, but we will do our best to improve the lot of teachers, professors, and the university management so that it will encourage people to stay back and impact knowledge on our future generation. So thank you for bringing this motion. I thank my colleagues for their contributions. Prayer 1, mandate the Senate Committee on Tertiary Education and TED Fund to liaise with the Ministry of Education with a view to working out modalities to check the increasing spread of brain drain in the Nigerian universities. Those in support of prayer 1 say aye.
Amendment.
Amendment?
Amendment, sir.
You don't want okay. Yeah, who wants to do the amendment? DSP? Okay.
Mr. Senate President, I stand to support the motion as moved. But at the same time, sir, I want us to add a little bit to balance opinion on the issue of JAPA or brain drain. There are a lot of benefits, and there are so many things that we find it difficult to stop. The world is a global village. We should count ourselves as being lucky for being able to produce graduates and academics that are sought over all the world. Of recent, I was in United States of America, and I was so happy to meet a lot of our children who are gainfully employed in many areas, especially in academic and medical field. And I'm happy for so many reasons. One aspect of it is that there's a greater inflow of diaspora fund into the Nigerian economy. While Nigeria is losing a lot of outflow, there is succor in the fact that much fund is coming in from all our people working gainfully abroad. And we always want to say, too, that we have a lot of brilliant people. Our university system is churning out so many graduates with first class. There's no way our economic system of today can contain all the graduates who are turning out. So if we have an event or a leverage for them to travel abroad and be gainfully employed, I think we should be very sympathetic to that cause. And equally too, I want to say that as bad as it is, a lot of private universities are coming up, and they are helping the system. So while I support the motion as moved, at the same time, I want us to be very careful, not totally to discourage people from going abroad, but there should be a system of regulating it. I so submit, Mr. President.
Distinguished Senator Babangida.
Pass out as a resolution of this Senate has to be well crafted and well informed. This prayer, if you look at it, is not something that is doable. But let me allow my brother to bring his own amendment. But to me, I would have suggested we remove this prayer because it's something that is very, very wide. Talk about the economic situation, talk about everything. It's not implementable. Now you say a ministry should find out how to stop him from going outside the country.
Yeah, I think we should even call on the Honourable Minister of Education.
Is from this country that will not allow someone even to go out.
Yes.
What he's doing now, giving him some time, we'll have a situation that when you say someone go to Ghana or go to US, you say, no, I prefer to stay here because the economy will be fine. Now, telling the Minister of Education to create a means of allowing people, stopping from going outside, I think it's something that they cannot do. It's undoable. So I think we should take out this prayer. The second prayer is fine, but if you have something better, I will allow you to bring your own amendment.
Sir, do you want to amend?
Senate President, which is one part of the amendment I wanted to suggest. The second part of the amendment is that the prayer is limited in terms of referring only to Nigerian universities. There's also brain drain in Polytechnic. There are some also research institutions that are not necessarily university that are also expressing brain drain. So
let's finish with the university first. What? Because the motion is actually on the universities.
Yeah.
And if you notice during the contributions, people also pointed out that this syndrome, what is affecting the university system, and that if you look at the body of the motion, it said that some departments do now have up to 50% in terms of staff strength, and that will affect the output. It will affect the output. In other words, some of the graduates will maybe have baked as a result of lack of lecturers, and that he wants something urgently done to ensure that most of the professors and specialized teachers do not leave the university system. So you can bring up what you have as an additional prayer.
Yeah. The only challenge, Mr. President, and I just me one degree programs, because they are actually affiliated to the universities. So if you limit this focus only on the universities, invariably the polytechnic that are associated with those universities will also be impacted. I'm just thinking that maybe we should just say tertiary education rather than just say universities. There are a number of colleges of education that run degree programs. They draw their manpower from the university that they are associated with. So it may be difficult to just isolate the university. I'm suggesting that we should rather make it tertiary education so that it can be broad enough. So when we are discussing this...
So what do you do? Because we are finished with the debate.
Including committees on education, finance, and health, to liaise with the relevant ministries with a view to working out modality to check the increasing speed of brain drain in our tertiary education system.
That's fantastic. Senator, distinguished colleagues, prayer 1 has been amended to say that we should mandate the relevant committees of the Senate to liaise with the Honourable Minister of Finance, the Minister of Education, and other relevant ministries to immediately take steps to work out modalities to check the increasing speed of brain drain in our tertiary institutions. Those in support of this prayer as amended, say aye. Those against say nay. Did I get it? DSP? Did I get it right? Huh? It's not doable. Okay. Okay, so those in support of this undoable prayer, say aye. And those against say nay.
Nay, nay.
The ayes have it. Now, Senator, let's take the second one before we come to Kyla. Urge the Federal Minister of Education to increase budgetary allocation to federal universities in the 2025 budget so as to take care of the teething problems of Nigerian universities. This is another problem. The Federal Minister of Education will have his envelope. Yeah? So I think, no, we don't just, they will tell you are padding, you are padding the budget for university education.
No. You have the powers there.
We should urge the federal government of Nigeria.
Mr.
We
President,
should urge the federal government of Nigeria through the Ministry of Education and the national and
President, to ask the President institution lies on that your seat. So if you do that, you are telling us we are just a rubber stamp legislature. The power lies with you. They propose, and then we endorse.
so amend prayer 2.
Shed more light.
No.
Just give me 1 minute, sir. Because
The
I
rule of,
strongly support what...
The rule of debate is that when we are considering the prayers, you either amend the prayer or you accept the prayer. It's no longer time for comments. But it's okay because, like Senator Ningi observed earlier, we are all still having tutorials.
Sir, the issue of...
amendment. We are now on the prayers. So,
Okay.
do you have an amendment to the prayer too? If you don't have, we finish with prayer too. Then we come back to you for you to have additional prayer.
Okay.
And that's the way it works. So, amendment to prayer too. This one, is it going to be?
For the federal government of Nigeria to increase budgetary allocation to federal universities in the 2025 budget so as to take care of the teaching problems of Nigerian universities. I so move. When you say federal government, it includes the executive and the legislature all together. Federal government. I so move.
Yeah.
I understand where my DSP is coming from.
The motion has been moved by the Deputy Senate President.
No, I don't want to go against it, but I don't want to.
Are you seconding the motion?
No.
Okay.
I don't want to go against it either.
Okay, so Senator Ashiru has proposed an amendment to prayer 2 that we should urge the federal government of Nigeria to increase budgetary allocations to the federal universities in the 2025 budget so as to take care of the teething problems of Nigerian universities. And he has also explained that the federal government, in this case, means the Senate, the National Assembly, and all relevant agencies, all together. Those in support of prayer, the amendment of prayer 2, as stated by the Deputy Senate President, that the federal government of Nigeria should increase budgetary allocations to universities to cater for the teaching problems experienced in the universities in order to stop the brain drain that is currently going on. Say aye. Don't again say nay. The ayes have it. Dr. Kyla, yes, we are now back to you.
It's unfortunate I did not comment initially. But, sir, brain drain is purely personal problem, and it is economic. And that is why I align with the DSP, that we should be careful. Nothing to do with Ministry of Education. It has nothing to do with the Ministry of Health. Anybody that goes to America, nobody will stop him from going there. Anybody that wants to do brain drain, no law in Nigeria can stop him from doing so.
So what
the only way is the way the President of the Federal Republic started. trying to change the economy, streamline it such that brain drain, people will not even have the reason to go out. I think that is the key.
So is
We
that
cannot stop anybody from going out.
What is your additional prayer then?
My additional prayer is, well, it is not additional prayer anyway, because I'm just trying to say we should be careful not to get certain things out of this place
Let
that
me,
are
let
not
me say, we also want to note your comments. Yeah, okay now. Okay, so is there any additional prayer? No. Senator Ani? Comments on what other?
The comment.
No, sorry, Senator. Senator Karimi said comment. I want to know what are what? Other words. Okay, other Kaila. Yeah, rule out of.
Senator Professor Anthony Ane. I represent Ebonyi South. The motion before me is urgent need to address the challenges of increasing cases of brain drain in the Nigerian university system. The Senate notes that brain drain, which is referred to as a large-scale movement or migration of top power from developing nations to more developed countries, whereby qualified and skilled manpower of such countries contribute to the socio-economic development of those countries, thus creating economic gaps in their respective countries. Also notes that over the years, there has been a significant outflow of highly educated professionals in Nigeria, especially in the academia, in quest of better working conditions, which has exacerbated skill gap in the workforce, capable of hindering economic growth and development of the country. Further notes from the National University Commission report that many Nigerian universities operate with less than 50% of the required academic staff. Aware that the remunerations of Nigerian university lecturers are among the poorest in the world. I repeat that the remunerations of the Nigerian university lecturers are among the poorest in the world, as it was last reviewed over 15 years ago. And this cannot meet the current economic realities of the country. Also aware that many universities in other West African countries have better working conditions than what is obtainable in the Nigerian university system, and this rather is worrisome. Worried that the continuous loss of experienced departmental faculty members from our ivory towers in other countries is capable of impacting negatively on the quality of education, thereby reducing the effectiveness of teaching and learning and mentorship for students in our higher institutions. Also worried that brain drain has assumed an unprecedented posture in recent times due to the current economic situation of the country. This should be a cause for concern as it threatens the survival of the country's higher education, particularly in the engineering, medicine, and sciences, which are critical for the socio-economic development of this country. Accordingly, resolves to, number one, mandate the Senate Committee on Tertiary Education and TEFON to liaise with the Ministry of Education with a view to working out modalities to check the increasing spate of brain drain in the Nigerian universities. 2, urge the Federal Minister of Education to increase budgetary allocation to federal universities in the 2025 budget so as to take care of the teaching problems of Nigerian universities. As an addendum, is that the salaries and allowances of Nigerian university lecturers should be looked into. As already pointed out, there is an impending strike, and if nothing is done urgently, Mr. President, dear colleagues, the news will be that university lecturers are on strike again. Therefore, I would wish that this should not be a lone voice. My colleagues should add their voices because this is a national challenge. Let's do something reasonable and tangible to save Nigerian universities from total collapse. I so submit, Mr. President.
Senator.
My name is Ekong Samson. I represent Akpabio South. Respectfully, I want to second this motion as framed and canvassed. And if I have the privilege of the leave of Mr. President, maybe I may wish to add a few points. Mr. President, I believe that the Senate, in substance, shares the side of opinion as contained in this motion. In bare terms, Mr. President, my dear colleagues, this motion contemplates the traffic outwards, what is fashionably referred to as Japa in our parts. We've grown up to be confronted with that scenario. I don't know how it was framed. Japa, we never used to hear about it in the past, but it has become a way of life in these parts, where we are losing the best to the outside space, to the outside world. No nation progresses without a firm commitment to education. Here in the state, we are all beneficiaries of the opportunities presented by education. And one way that we can create pathways to advancement in this country is for us to encourage the traffic to remain inward. But how do we do that? How do we discourage Japa even in our health care system? Because Nigeria is losing a lot due to the traffic outwards in our health sector. One way that this can be done is as framed in the motion is by encouragement, by having the enabling environment, by giving encouragement to our lecturers so that we can have quality in our educational system, so that we can encourage the best among us to remain and develop this country. So I have the persuasion of Akpabio South to throw my full weight behind this motion. I think it is quite timely, because as a country, we must explore trajectories where Japa can be discouraged, so that the best can remain with us and help to develop this country. I thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you.
I hope yes. Let me thank distinguished Senator Anthony Courier, Professor, and distinguished Senator for this motion, and pray that collectively Nigerians will do something about this brain drain. There are so many reasons. Sometimes it could be medical. Some of them it could be even we from various agencies of government sending people abroad to go and study. And because they perform so well, then the countries will offer them mouth-watering contracts that they cannot refuse. And that will now lead to their staying back in those countries. But it is of concern that the spate of brain drain in the university system is so rapid that it is already affecting the strength, the staff strength of various universities. And so we must collectively do something about it as a government, as Senate, as National Assembly, working closely with the executive to make sure that this situation is taken care of. And most of it is actually economic. It's economic. So I believe that once we can improve on the standard and also look at the review of their current emoluments, that these things will be brought to an end. So I thank you for all your contributions. Leader of the Senate.
Your Excellency,
9th October at 11 a.m. tomorrow.
Distinguished colleagues, before I put the question, I'd like to announce that the ad hoc committee on the turnaround maintenance of Nigerian refineries, which had been moribund for a while now because of the tragedy that befell us with the then chairman, will hold a meeting tomorrow on 9th October 2024 after plenary. This will be, the meeting will be chaired by the Senior Senator Kawu Suleiman Abdurrahman. And this will happen immediately after the plenary. I'm sure by tomorrow morning the meeting venue will be announced. Shortly after this, we shall be receiving the ambassador of Korea, South Korea, and his delegation in the Senate President's Conference Room. So all senators and leaders are invited to attend. I think it should have been 2 o'clock, but I think they'll understand with us that we have now concluded our plenary. So a motion has been moved and seconded that this Senate stands adjourned to Wednesday, the 9th day of October 2020.